Welcome back to Futuristic Edge. Today, we embark on a journey to humanity's new frontier for resource extraction, the moon. For decades, the moon was seen mainly as a target for national pride and exploration, symbolized by iconic moments like planting flags and collecting lunar rock samples. But now, a fresh wave of interest has emerged, one driven by the potential to harvest valuable resources and pave the way for a bustling off-world economy. Is the moon truly open for business, and if so, who is leading the charge? Stay tuned as we dig deeper into the ambitious companies and programs racing to mine our celestial neighbor. Back in the 1960s, the competition to land on the lunar surface was primarily about beating rival nations and making history. It was a matter of prestige, a demonstration of technological and ideological superiority. But more than half a century later, the moon has once again become the focus of global attention, but for a different reason. The moon holds the potential to supply vital resources like water, ice, and possibly even helium-3, which some speculate could serve as a cleaner fuel for nuclear fusion in the future. And mining on the moon is no longer a far-fetched science fiction concept. Instead, it is a goal that numerous governments, private companies, and research institutions are determined to achieve one day. But when it comes to extracting resources from the moon, the question of legality quickly arises. The Outer Space Treaty of 1967 states that no nation can claim sovereignty over any celestial body, including the moon. However, the treaty does not clearly forbid private entities from harvesting resources from there. Countries have introduced more recent frameworks, such as the Artemis Accords, to clarify how governments and businesses might collaborate in space, while respecting international law. Although the legal environment remains in a gray area, companies and agencies see enough potential in lunar resource utilization to move forward with their plans. And over time, these accords and future policies may create a solid foundation that encourages further investment and commercial activities beyond Earth itself. Prominent space agencies and private firms around the world are competing to secure a foothold on the moon. In fact, NASA has driven much of this activity through its Artemis program, which aims to land astronauts on the lunar surface in the mid-2020s, and eventually they want to establish a permanent presence on the moon. Artemis heavily features in situ resource utilization, or ISRU, a strategy focused on transforming lunar materials into practical assets such as water, fuel, or construction material. SpaceX, known for its cost-effective reusable rockets, is partnering with NASA to deliver crews and cargo on the moon. Its Starship could be a key vehicle for deploying mining equipment and infrastructure. Blue Origin, founded by Jeff Bezos, also has similar aspirations. The company's Blue Moon lander concept is designed to carry payloads that could help develop a cislunar economy, one that relies on extracting resources in space rather than hauling everything from Earth. Other exciting initiatives include companies like iSpace in Japan, which aims to operate lunar landers and rovers, and Astrobotic in the United States, which is advancing technology for delivering payloads and exploring surface operations. There are also smaller startups, such as Shackleton Energy, which at one point proposed using water from lunar craters to produce rocket propellant. Although these projects are in various stages of research and development, they collectively signal a major shift from mere exploration to actual economic activity on the moon. And the moon might seem barren at first glance, but scientists are increasingly convinced that its surface and subsurface contains numerous resources with practical value. One of the most immediate interests is the presence of water ice in permanently shadowed craters, particularly around the moon's poles. Water can be split into hydrogen and oxygen, both of which are crucial for sustaining human life and can be used to create rocket fuel. If properly harvested, lunar water could slash launch costs for deep space missions by eliminating the need to transport large amounts of fuel from Earth. Another intriguing resource is helium-3, an isotope that some visionaries believe could power fusion reactors if we can develop the necessary technology for helium-3 based fusion. Although this potential remains unproven and may be decades away, the possibility keeps helium-3 in the lunar mining conversation. There is also talk of harvesting rare earth elements from the lunar regolith, though doing so on a meaningful scale may be more difficult and costly than mining them here on Earth. Nonetheless, the combined value of these resources and the chance to jumpstart a self-sustaining space economy makes the moon a lucrative target for exploration and development. Turning plans for lunar mining into reality will require innovative solutions to some formidable challenges. The temperature swings on the moon are extreme. The surface can reach scorching heat when exposed to direct sunlight and plunge into sub-freezing cold in shadows. Machinery has to be incredibly robust to function reliably in these conditions. Lunar regolith, the fine dust covering the moon's surface, is notoriously abrasive and can interfere with electronics, clog up joints, and wear down materials. Communication delays, though not excessively long, still necessitate semi-autonomous or AI-driven systems that can operate independently. Finally, even though launch costs have dropped significantly in recent years, the expense of sending specialized equipment to the moon remains quite high. These obstacles have not deterred private companies or government agencies, however. Instead, they have inspired a wave of research focused on better robotics, advanced materials, and innovative propulsion systems that might make off-world mining more feasible. If current progress holds, some experts suggest that small-scale lunar resource extraction could occur within the next decade, particularly targeting water ice near the poles. By the 2030s, the hope is to refine this into a semi-regular operation that supplies propellant and water to support a permanent human presence on the moon, and possibly expeditions to Mars. Over time, larger habitats or bases could emerge, serving as nodes for research, tourism, and commercial ventures. Whether helium-3 extraction or large-scale rare earth element mining will ever be economically viable remains uncertain, since that depends on both technological advances and market demand. Still, the momentum around lunar missions suggests that the concept of a cislunar economy, where goods and services are primarily produced and exchanged between the Earth, the Moon, and orbital stations, may be more than just speculation. Timelines in space projects are famously hard to pin down due to technological, financial, and regulatory uncertainties, so any forecast must be taken with caution. Nonetheless, the excitement is real, and it underscores the genuine possibility that the moon will become humanity's first off-world resource hub. As more players join the race to mine the moon, the lines between exploration and commercialization are rapidly blurring. No longer satisfied with simply reaching the lunar surface, governments and private enterprises now see the moon as a springboard for creating a thriving space economy. Critical resources like water ice could reduce our reliance on terrestrial launches, while other materials might someday become profitable if our technology and infrastructure advance enough. For those who see the moon as the next stepping stone to a future where humanity expands throughout the solar system, the prospect of lunar mining is an exciting glimpse of what lies ahead. If you want to stay informed about emerging technologies, groundbreaking scientific discoveries, and all the innovations that shape our tomorrow, make sure you subscribe to Futuristic Edge and turn on notifications. Your support helps us explore new horizons and bring you the most fascinating developments in future tech. Join us on this thrilling voyage as we witness the dawn of a new era, one in which the phrase, "the moon is now open for business," becomes far more than just a slogan. See you next time.